Hi everyone, I'm Grace, and today I would like to share with you guys my topic for my business report, which is the fast-growing mobile wallet market in Southeastern Asia. This study mainly looks into the factors that contribute to the rapid growth of mobile wallet markets in Southeast Asia, or C, and I would also like to discuss the impact of mobile wallets on the society. And by conducting this study and understanding how mobile wallets influence the C market, we can also grow an understanding of how mobile wallets might develop and influence other developing markets. So living in the 21st century, making a purchase has never been easier. You can just simply go to a store, take out your, let's say, iPhone, a quick, simple few taps, and then you can just make a transaction through Apple Pay. So the way we pay things, payment methods have actually greatly evolved throughout the past few decades. We started out by using cash and then transformed into using checks and credit cards. And as smartphone penetration and internet accessibility rates increased, companies start to think, hey, why not make consumers pay just using their smartphones? And as more and more companies start to explore these type of mobile wallets or mobile payment solutions, Google actually launched the G Wallet in 2011. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic that happened in 2019, 2020, the development and adoption of mobile wallets have actually been accelerated. So according to research, the global mobile wallet market is expected to grow at an estimated CAGR of 25% from 2022 to 2028. And among all of the markets, the mobile wallet market in Southeast Asia, or C, is the fastest growing market in 2021. The number of active wallets is actually estimated to grow to triple from 2020 to 2025. So my leading discussion would like to focus on, first of all, what types of mobile wallets are there that exist in the market, and what types of wallet that C markets use. And then I would like to further discuss what makes C the fastest growing mobile wallet in 2021, and then end the discussion with talking about the influences that are caused by mobile wallets. So first off, there are actually two types of mobile wallets that are most commonly seen in the market. The first one would be the card-based mobile wallet. So what this type of mobile wallet does is that it links consumers' debit or credit card to the mobile wallet, and it is a card-centric ecosystem. So for instance, Apple Pay, Line Pay, or Google Pay are just a few examples. And these types of mobile wallets are actually more popular in developed markets, such as Northern America and Western Europe. And the main reason is because in these countries, debit and credit cards are actually more popular or commonly used for the consumers. And the second type of mobile wallets would be the stored value mobile wallets. And what this type of wallet does is that it allows consumers to directly fund the wallet by a bank account, cash, or other methods. And this type of mobile wallets are actually more commonly used by Southeast Asian markets, Africa, Latin America, and other developing markets. And the main reason is because in these markets, debit and credit cards are not that commonly used. So moving on to what makes C the fastest growing mobile wallet market in 2021, there are actually 5 factors that contribute to this rapid growth. So the first one would be high digital penetration and digital engagement. So as we know, Southeast Asian countries, they have a very large and relatively young consumer base. They have a higher than average percentage of people who have access to the internet. So as you can see on the graph on the right-hand side, for developing countries, the internet penetration rate, averagely speaking, would be 57%. But for the a few main countries in Southeast Asian market, such as Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia, their internet penetration rate is up to 70 and 80%. Apart from having great access to internet, these consumers, they're also very actively engaging with the internet in their phones. So these consumers, they spend about 4 hours per day on their phones, making them deeply connected and attached to these digital services. And the second factor would be the influence of Chinese digital payments. So we know Chinese digital payments, they actually have been in the game like way back earlier. For instance, WeChat Pay and Alipay, they've already started developing, and they even entered the Southeastern Asian markets. So this kind of gives the consumers a taste of how digital payments are used. And a lot of stores in C markets, they actually also use these mobile wallets to cater to Chinese tourists. So this makes it easier for C consumers to adapt to this change. The third factor would be consumers' preference for contactless payments and services. So after the outbreak of COVID-19, the world actually have seen a shift in consumer behavior. So according to research, globally speaking, up to 63% of consumers, they actually switch to a new store that offers contactless payments. And up to 62% of consumers have used less cash, and 12% of consumers, they stopped using cash. The fourth factor would be increasing investment in mobile payments. So among the top 5 largest fintech unicorns in 2021 in Southeast Asia, top 4 companies are actually the ones that invest in mobile wallets, such as Grab, GoTo, and Sea. And the fifth one would be government support. Then let's talk about how mobile wallets have impacted the society. So I'll break it down into 3 simple points. The first one would be increased financial inclusion. So mobile wallets allow a huge proportion of the region's unbanked population to actually have access to financial tools. And the second one would be it helps this area further boost economic growth, because mobiles, they actually provide developed countries a very cost-efficient tool to provide services. And the last one would be it leads to a future of digital banking. So as mobile wallets become more and more popular and widely used, financial institutes might in the future shift their whole service online. So the conclusion would be that C market is actually at a tipping point of mobile wallet penetration. We can expect to see a large number of consumers, they hop on this train of mobile wallets. But there are also a lot of challenges ahead, such as government regulations and law enforcement. To conclude, countries really need to look into how they want to use mobile wallets, and to make sure that they don't leave underprivileged groups excluded from the financial system. Thank you.
Right. So thank you very much. Yeah, I think so. Thank you for the fluent presentation. I think also you clearly wrap up the key points in this BR here, right? So I think we can maybe start with some questions and comments. Again, so you can just turn on the mic and speak.
Hi, Grace. I'm Justin. And it's a very clear presentation, so well done. And I have a question. So, in your point 5, I'm curious about what does the government provide to support C, or for example, do they provide some benefits or money or some policy to support the C company? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Justin, for your feedback and questions. So to be more specific, yes, governmental support actually include, I think, financial support and as well as regulations. So some countries, I remember Indonesia, or the Indonesian like national bank even started to do their own digital service. So I think based on this example, we can see that governments are even starting to do, let's say, digital payments or mobile wallets themselves. So I guess this is a very clear sign of how governments, they really want to develop this to boost their economy and overall like create this ecosystem that is friendly to mobile wallets. Hope this answers your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. I think it's also a very important question. All right, so can we have another question or comment? Maybe I can also just maybe raise a question. I think we know China has been promoting or China has been supporting digital payment because this allows the government somehow to monitor people's economic activities, right? So I think maybe one of the concerns with e-wallet will be data security. I think so. Maybe I think some people will be worried that whether their economic activities will still be under close surveillance, right? If they start using the service, especially if the service is supported by the government. So, what is your view on this?
I definitely agree, like 100%. So based on the research I've done till now, I think this would be less of a concern for the C market, and the reason is because a lot of fintech companies, I think they're still like private companies, and I feel like the grip that governments have on those private companies are not as strong as what the grip Chinese government has on the corporations. And I think I would definitely want to also look into law enforcement and regulations and see which governments have actually been taking action to set up laws that regulate and help protect data security for consumers. Yeah, thank you for raising this point.
Right, thank you. That's good. So, do you have another question or comment? Yes, Andrea.
Great. I just want to, since Taiwan's integration rate is also high, so what do you think is the major like obstacle for Taiwan not to have digital payments that frequent or that prevalent?
I'm sorry, I
Sorry,
think,
I wasn't able to fully capture your question.
maybe-
I did hear you
Yeah.
say,
maybe
even
Andrea,
though-
you can speak again.
Yeah.
Would you like to speak a little louder?
It's clear now.
Yeah, I think it's clear now.
Okay. Once internet penetration rate is also very high. So, what do you think is the major obstacle for digital? Not that prevalent than.
Are you asking what is the obstacle Taiwan is facing for not using digital payment apart from like high internet penetration? Okay, cool. I think I'm not able to like directly answer your question now yet, but based on the research I've done, I think for southeastern markets, they are able to have this like huge leap because they don't really have the like credit card era in between. So I think for Taiwanese, I think a lot of us feel like credit cards are also very convenient, and it's actually, let's say, even more widely accepted than digital wallets in different stores. So I feel like there's not such a strong incentive for consumers to suddenly change from credit cards to digital wallets. But we do see a lot of digital wallets now in Taiwan. They are giving out a lot of incentives, let's say like cashback or a lot of promotions, just to provide consumers incentive to move from this era to the next. I think this is still based on my understanding, so I'll definitely do more research on like that topic to better answer your question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea, for pointing this out. Yeah, I think maybe Grace, you can consider responding to the question as part of the implications of the research. Yeah, you can maybe discuss what this can mean. For example, for the maybe for the consumer spending habits or for the financial services here in Taiwan. Yeah, so whether it's time for us to embrace e-wallet like the SEA markets. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so let's give Grace a big hand. Right, so thank you. I think now we're going to move on